Here at Icey-Tek USA, we set out on a mission last fall to give back to those who understand what perseverance means. Every Friday for the next few months, we are releasing an episode of our mini-series, For Those Who Get It. Take a moment to share these stories on your timeline as well. Let's share some more positivity during these dynamic times. Enjoy the episode.
For those who get it.
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 Hi, I'm AmyRose Foll, and I'm the founder of Virginia Free Farm. We are a 501c3 nonprofit, and we are a network of satellite farms, community gardens, and tribal gardens. And we provide people with free food, seeds, plants, animals for mutual aid growing or for self-sufficiency. We also provide educational and material support to anyone that wants to grow for community or for themselves. So I do what I do mainly because I think I identify as a caregiver. I was a soldier, I was an intel analyst, and then became a nurse during the day and a firefighter at night. And I really identified myself as a caregiver. It was who I was at my core in a weird way. And after having kids, I was no longer a firefighter because of the physical demands of the job, and I couldn't do it. And being able to farm and be on the land gave me the ability to take care of my family and be here for my children. It was something that came naturally to me because I grew up in the outdoors. So it has really become an extension of who I am and a new way to care for the community and take care of people without having to do those things. So I actually get more out of community care and service to others than I think they get from me. One of the best things that ever happened in this farm 2 years ago, I was delivering the first round of plant seeds and livestock donation to McShin Foundation. McShin Foundation is another nonprofit. It's a network of intensive inpatient rehab homes. And we actually facilitated them helping start their Mc Farm. There was a girl there, she was from the Midwest, grew up on a farm, and was an inpatient there going through rehab. When I showed up with my son, we were delivering these animals, day-old chicks and ducklings, and I came up to her and she's like, "What's in the box?" And I said, "I have a big box of love for you." And she scooped a day-old chick up, put it next to her face like this, and she gasped and said it was the best day of her life. Being able to provide moments like that and reaffirm someone that's going through a really terrible time in their life, reaffirm their dignity and that they deserve these things too, that is so satisfying, and I love being able to provide those services. So, best childhood memory from the outdoors. There's so many because I grew up hunting and fishing in the Allegheny National Forest where we had a hunting lodge. We were always outside, got our water from a spring, not a well. We didn't have an indoor plumbing. So I was always scavenging around. We used to go foraging for wild blackberries and blueberries and elderberries, crawfish, turtles. But I think my best memory was when I was finally old enough, when I was 12 and I got my hunter safety license, and I was finally old enough to go hunting with my dad for real and take down my first buck myself. It's so beautiful because we grew up in a family of sharing and a community of sharing. And before that, when my uncles or my dad would bring home a deer or bring home an elk from North Bay, Ontario, I would have to be the one. There was no boys in my family, so I would be the one helping to dress that thing out, skin it and scrape the hides, stretch those hides. But to be able to get my own deer, that was great. And the best thing about that was we grew up always just, every time somebody got something like that, a little bit would be kept for the house. Sometimes we'd take part of the deer to the fire department and it would get donated to the guys to cook there. And then we gave it away to our neighbors and family and friends. And so that really kind of set the tone for my life of feeding other people and sharing and giving. Because if we don't take care of one another, what do we have in this life? We're here to help each other. That's our purpose in life. Okay, my favorite outdoor activity now as an adult is probably the first warm spring day of the year when I can really get out there and get my hands in the dirt. It's the one day a year I most feel alive. I live for that day every year because, it's cold and we're waiting for the weather to warm up, and being able to start something that I'm going to see grow and thrive and be able to share that thing with those around me, that is the best thing that you could possibly imagine. The outdoors means to me freedom, and I love being outside and being able to share this space with community members, both what's grown here and produced here and the space where we have volunteers that come from the city. That's great. It means freedom and it means sharing, having these people come in from Charlottesville or Richmond, because really we are nature. We evolved as a species in nature, and no matter what kind of apartment building or conurbation that you live in, we belong here. And so I'm lucky that I get to give that back to people around in our community. Keep going. Maybe relax a little more. I was so uptight. I was always trying to work and do other things. Party a little bit. I never got to do that when I was younger. But yeah, I would keep going and don't ever stop. And don't ever tell anyone that you cannot do something because of where you come from or your sex or whatever demographic that you belong to. Don't give up.